Hi, so I just wanted to go over how I kind of do my pet portraits on Adobe Draw. So I start by selecting the letter portrait. I do this because I do like to have the opportunity to print in a larger size than 5x7, and for my printer it works pretty good. So to get started, I will go here and I'll select an image layer, and then it'll take you to the photos on your iPad, and I'll choose the reference photo from like what my commission sent me. And so I'll just kind of resize it and click done, and then I'll put this draw layer above that, and then I'll click this again, and this will come up, and I'll just change the opacity to where it's about like halfway, and then I'll go back to the draw layer. So this is cool because then you have the reference right underneath and you can trace over it and then like match the colors, and it just makes getting started a little bit easier. I prefer this tapered pen. You could change the size. I have my library of colors, but you could also go to the picker, and if you pick a random color you can add it to your library and it'll save. But I usually just start with black. I try to go small, and then I'll go and I'll zoom in, and then I'll just draw. I usually start with the eyes and try to get the smaller features of the face. And so this is cool because like you could do this to check on your work. So yeah, you're using the reference and it kind of is tracing a little bit, but like you have your artistic license to change it, and it usually turns out pretty cute. So here I have a commission for this hamster, and I can show you the layers. So here is the reference photo. If you see the hamster, but you see how it's not the same. It's not going to turn out like it's not going to be exactly like the photo. There are some artistic touches to it. So I usually start off and I'll do the undercolor, and then I'll add the strokes for the fur and all the little details. And then you can also move these layers around too. So yeah, I usually start out with like the pet itself and the texture of the fur, and then I'll add like the little details like the skirt. The skirt was fun because you could change the transparency of the color or the opacity. So since this was like tulle skirt, I kind of made it less opaque so it mirrors that fabric. And then the background, same thing. So like here you have different shapes, and you can add different little bubbles in the background, and then if you press back you can go back. I say Adobe Draw is pretty beginner friendly, but yeah, that's just a little bit of an overview of how I create my pet portraits.